Hello, lovely people. This is your boy Ram, and welcome once again to GH Animal Well. So, guys, today we are still going to be focusing on rabbit farming. And, guys, under rabbit farming, we will be looking at a number of things to consider before you start your rabbit farm. Guys, we will stay a bit longer on rabbits so that we tackle every important thing under rabbit farming. So that when you come to this page and you search about rabbits, you get everything you want to be the best among the best. Guys, let's delve in. Guys, there are a lot of things to consider before you start your rabbit business or rabbit farm. There are a lot of them, but guys, we'll be focusing on the most important ones that will help you to understand the business or things that the business requires before you go into it. And the first thing we are looking at is capital or investment, initial investment and ongoing cost. So looking at this, we are talking about capital. How much do you have? You have to consider how much you have to start your rabbit farm, because starting a rabbit farm, you must have some capital before you start. Not much capital, depending on what you want or how you want to start, the capacity at which you are starting out. So you have to consider the amount of capital you have. Where are you going to get your capital from? Do you have an already existing job that pays you that you are going to get your capital from? Are you going for a loan? You are going to consider all these things. And also ongoing cost. So this, after you've considered what or where you are going to get your capital from, where are you going to get your ongoing cost? Because when you start rabbit farming or rabbit business, you have to still put in money. You have to buy feed, you have to buy medication and other stuff when your business starts. So you have to consider where you are getting your ongoing cost, which is your ongoing capital to buy feed and medication and other stuff. So you have to really consider capital and the ongoing cost before you start your rabbit business. This is the first and very important thing you have to know before you start your rabbit business. Guys, the next thing we are looking at is climate and housing. So when we take climate, guys, you already know from our previous video that rabbits are very sensitive to extreme temperatures and weather conditions. So before you start your rabbit farm, guys, you have to know the climatic pattern and the weather conditions of the area or the location you choose for your rabbit farm. This is very important. From experience, guys, we had to transfer our rabbits from our first location to another location. So getting to the other location, we had to lose some of the animals within some period of time. This was because that particular weather condition there wasn't suitable for some of the breeds, so we had to lose them. So guys, it's very important to know the climatic and the weather patterns of the area you choose to locate your rabbit farm. And when we take housing, you have to consider what are the materials you are going to use for your housing for the animals. Do you have those materials at your disposal? Are you going to travel from places to places in search of those materials? And the houses you are going to construct for your animals, are they going to support and prevent them from extreme weather conditions and temperatures? So in areas where you have cold temperatures, you have to construct cages that are really tight, where there are not enough spaces for air to flow in that much, because when the cold air moves in too much, the animals will die. And areas where you have hot temperatures, you have to have open cages where air can easily breeze through to cool the temperatures in the cages for the animals. And also, what is the cost of all these materials if I'm going to get them? So guys, it is very important to put the climatic pattern and the housing into consideration before you start your rabbit farm. This is also very important. Breed selection is the other thing to consider before you start your rabbit farm. Looking at breed selection, you have to consider what breed you are going to bring on your farm. What is the cost of that particular breed? The climatic pattern at the area I chose for the location for my rabbit farm. Is it going to be suitable for the breed I chose? And also you are going to be looking at selecting breeds that suit your farm goals. Whether you are producing for meat, you are producing for fowl, you are producing for research and medicine. You know, some breeds are particularly meant for meat production and the others are meant for the other purposes. So you have to really consider all these things before you move on to select your breed. Moving on, guys, we have availability of feed. So under availability of feed, you will be looking at what feed type am I going to give in to my animals. We know that rabbits feed on a number of feedstuffs. We have formulated feeds on the market which you can buy for animals, and we have feed in the natural environment, which are the grasses and the leaves you give to the animals. So you are going to be considering with these types of feed, which one am I giving to my animals? If they are the formulated ones on the market, how much is it going to cost me to buy those feeds, and how much is it going to cost if I'm to depend on the natural environment to get feeds for my animals? So these are the considerations you have to look at under feed before you go into rabbit production. Market demand is another thing we are looking at. So guys, we already know that there's a large market for rabbits and its products, but before you start your rabbit farming, you have to choose a particular product that you are going to be selling off to the market. Particular product, whether you'll be breeding for meat, or you'll be breeding for fur, or you'll be breeding the young ones for sale, or whether you'll be doing all these things. At what cost will it be when I want to produce all the products to the market? These are the things you are looking at. And when you start your breeding or you start your rabbit farm, you have to breed a lot of rabbits, a lot of them, so that when you start selling off your product to the market, the chain won't cut, because immediately you don't have the animals at a particular point where your buyers comes in. That means that you'll be losing customers at the end. So you have to produce a lot of them before you start selling off to the market. This is very important to consider before you start your rabbit business, guys. From experience, it's also very important to consider this. Another important thing to consider is labor requirement. So before you start your rabbit farming, you are going to consider the schedules you have, whether you have other things you attend to during the day. So looking at this, if you have other things you attend to during the day, you have to consider whether you need an extra hand to support you on the farm, or you'll be available in time to feed and do all the necessary things on the farm before you cater for other of your activities. So it is very important to also consider this when you want to start your rabbit farm. The final and the last thing to consider, guys, is health management. So considering health management, you are going to be looking at tackling diseases on your farm. When diseases come on your farm, are you the one going to cure your animals, or you are going to seek veterinarian advice? And when you seek veterinarian advice, what will be the cost of that? So you have to weigh among these options to choose the best that will be suitable to cure diseases permanently on your farm to produce the best products to the market. Thank you for watching, guys. These are the few things we deem it important to know before you start your rabbit farm. Let's know your thoughts in the comment section. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel for more.